Despite windy conditions and a race format slightly altered by pandemic restrictions and recommendations, one record fell and a champion repeated in the 2020 Monument Marathon. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, hundreds of runners from 39 states convened at Five Rocks Amphitheater Saturday morning for the 9th annual Monument Marathon. 6 waves of runners were spaced out 2 minutes apart beginning at 7:30, with athletes embarking on the respective 26.2 and 13.1 mile treks. Champions in both divisions of the full marathon were Cheyenne residents, with Adam Cordell turning in a new record time for the men at 2 hours, 42 minutes and 17 seconds, shaving more than 2 minutes off of last year's record time.
I've been working really hard. I had a whole bunch of stuff planned this year, Boston, New York, and everything got canceled, so this was open, so of course I'm going to take it. So I guess all my hard work kind of paid off, and I kind of knew the course a little bit from doing it a few years ago as well.
Abigail Beaver took the women's title with a time of 3 hours, 27 minutes and 8 seconds, while Alejandro Garcia of Chapel once again set the pace as the men's winner in the half marathon with a time of just over 1 hour, 17 minutes, just under 4 minutes off of the record pace he set back in 2019. With a time of 1 hour, 47 minutes and 20 seconds, Catherine Smith of Lafayette, Colorado took top honors in the women's division. The races began with staggered starting groups as per Running Federation and public health guidelines, and about an hour after the start, windy conditions kicked in that took their toll on runners. Cordell said once the marathon course turned west to head into Mitchell Pass, winds of 30 miles per hour or more posed a considerable challenge. The top men's and women's times in the 5K were a family affair as Levi and Sarah Avila of Mitchell posted times of 19 minutes and 23 minutes 52 seconds respectively. Race coordinator and WNCC Foundation Director Jennifer Rising says she was very pleased with the event, which was close to having record registration, depending on how those entries were counted.
We actually had almost 40 more people than that register, but they deferred to 2021. So our total registered runners before race day, before we count the deferments, is higher than we've ever had before. But we did have about 40 of those who weren't comfortable racing this year, and they have deferred to 2021. And I don't know that I can count them in both 2020 and 2021, but registered runners we definitely more than we've ever had.
Rising said about 40 runners opted to transfer their registrations to next year's event, impacting the final number of runners taking to the course this year. Listing of runners' times can be found on our web story at kneb.com. Well, Nebraska Senator Deb Fischer says she's appalled by talk on the national stage regarding the religion of the woman nominated by President Trump to fill the U.S. Supreme Court seat left empty by the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Indiana Judge Amy Coney Barrett, an actively practicing Catholic, has come under fire by some Democrats and pro-choice supporters. Fisher tells KNEB News that she thought those attitudes had been long since discarded.
I thought we had taken care of that when we elected the first Catholic president, John F. Kennedy. And now to have comments made, I think it's horrible.
Fisher says she hopes that her colleagues across the aisle will hear from their constituents how abhorrent such an attitude is. Article 6, Clause 3 of the U.S. Constitution says no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. Well, coming up after the break, a cooler start to the work week. The lawyers in with a full week outlook right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, RE/MAX, and settle down.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We're going to be dealing with clear skies across the area over the next several hours. Temps going to fall down into the upper 30s and low 40s as we start the day off for tomorrow. So it is going to be cool overnight, but not certainly record-breaking cold, anything like that. Temps will be warmer tomorrow. Really going to be up and down all week, but one thing that will remain constant is little to no chance of rain. Hit 64 yesterday after a morning low of 38. 1/100th of an inch of moisture in the rain gauge. That puts us about exactly half of where we should be for the month and close to 6 inches short of normal for the year. I want to point out a couple of things here on our drought monitor, the latest drought monitor that's into us from UNL. Notice the area that is expanded here across a large portion of the region. This is going to be right on into our area. From areas up around Lusk into portions of Sioux and western and southwestern Dawes counties right down through the heart of the North Platte River Valley. Now that area has all been expanded into what's considered an extreme drought starting to develop here across the region. That is certainly not good news, not surprising news though, as we've seen an increase in dry conditions and hot temps here of late across the region. Temperatures in the 50s in the high country. It looks like we're in the low to mid 60s for most of the state. Low to mid 60s here in the Panhandle and mostly 60s in eastern Wyoming. Cheyenne at 56, Lusk at 57 degrees. Winds have been pretty strong all day long today. Out of the northwest, they're blowing here across the region. And as you can see, they're certainly going to be a very strong winds at about 15 to 20, occasionally up to 30 miles an hour. Take a look at that bus stop forecast. Out the door on the way to school, it's going to be about 41, so certainly not going to be overly warm, but not too bad. You might need a light jacket. You won't want that on the way home, though. We're going to be at 81. Big warm-up tomorrow here coming from where we were today. Futurecast is quiet here across the high plains. Nothing going on overnight, just a passing cloud. That is about it. That's going to let temperatures fall down into the 30s overnight tonight. Can't rule out some areas of frost. Of course, many areas already have seen the growing season come to an end here across the area. But if you have any vegetation, tender, sensitive vegetation, anything like that, you'll want to bring it indoors tonight. Tomorrow, we're sunny throughout the day. Winds are not going to be quite as strong as today. Now, granted, they're not going to be calm by any stretch of the imagination, but probably 10 to 20 miles an hour less than what they were today. High temperatures tomorrow going to climb near 80 degrees or a little above it here. Upper 70s and low 80s will cover all of the region. And as we've said for many days, nothing coming here in terms of any rainfall. So clear skies overnight for the most part. It's going to winds will decrease and it will turn cool. Lows down around 39 overnight. For tomorrow, there's the sun. It'll be around all day, much warmer conditions, highs into the low 80s. Our 7-day forecast, we bring a few breezes around and knock some temperatures down a little bit Wednesday, even cooler on Thursday. Then we're in the 70s. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe back to near 80 by Monday. All in all, a very nice 7-day forecast.
Allo Communications has an exciting update on our Allo for Education program. This season alone, we have donated another $125,000 to local schools across our fiberhoods. That's over $325,000 since we started. We are committed to our communities, our schools, closing the digital divide, and building a brighter future for our students. Make the switch to Allo today and we'll donate $50 to the participating school of your choice. Allo for Education ends on September 30th, so hurry and visit us at allofiber.com/education.
Certain things go together, like baseball and hot dogs, or peanut butter and jelly. Then there are things that certainly don't, like electricity and water. To help protect yourself when the two might meet, like basements, garages, kitchens, bathrooms, or even the outdoors, make sure to have protection through ground fault circuit interrupters, GFCIs. If you don't have GFCIs installed, contact a qualified electrician to install them for you. Always use caution when you're near electricity and water. Brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
The Rent-A-Guy said, enjoy your burger, and I almost said, you too, but then I realized that didn't make sense, and all that came out was yours good.
Welcome back. The Nebraska State Patrol says a Morrill County teen has died as a result of injuries suffered in a two-vehicle collision west of Bridgeport Saturday morning. NSP spokesman Cody Thomas says at approximately 4:45 a.m., troopers and Morrill County deputies responded to the scene 9 miles west of Bridgeport on Highway 26. Thomas says investigators determined a car driven by 17-year-old Joshua Warren of Bridgeport was eastbound when it crossed into the westbound lane and struck a semi driven by 47-year-old Gary Gooder, also of Bridgeport. Warren was ejected from the vehicle and passed away as a result of the crash. Gooder was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Cody Thomas says the crash remains under investigation. Well, a former Nebraska State Trooper has been charged after he allegedly hit a drunken driver from Colorado with the service rifle he had on him back in a 2016 altercation. U.S. Attorney Joe Kelly says Lindsey Bixby of Ellsworth was charged on Friday with deprivation of rights, a federal offense. Bixby resigned from the patrol after a widely circulated video showed him hitting the driver in March of 2016. Prosecutors say Bixby hit the man with his gun after he refused to get on the ground after a pursuit that ended in Sioux County. Governor Pete Ricketts cited the patrol's handling of this case as one of the reasons he fired then Colonel Brad Rice as patrol superintendent in October of 2017. And Wyoming Governor Mark Gordon says the Mullen wildfire in southern Wyoming has more than doubled in size over the weekend. The area affected by the blaze increased to an estimated 78,000 acres. Gordon says no firefighters had been injured as strong winds helped spread the swelling wildfire. Authorities ordered new mandatory evacuations and closures, while there had not yet been any confirmed structural losses. Well, coming up after the break, Chris Cottrell will be in with a recap of the weekend that was in local sports. We'll have that at the FNBO Sports Desk right after this.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Wrapping up September, and welcome into today's update here at the TV Sports Desk. Let's get to the Friday night highlights from both high school football games here in town. We start at Bearcat Stadium, where Scottsbluff got their season on track with a big-time 27-20 win over number 7 in the state, Grand Island Northwest. After the Vikings got off to the early 7-0 lead, here comes Scottsbluff with their first of 4 80-yard touchdown drives on the night. Alex Galindo finishes it off with a 2-yard plunge. It's 7-7. Fast forward now to the end of the first half, and Scottsbluff on the move with a 2-minute drill. Nice mix of run and pass plays, and running back Jackson Ostick scores with under 20 seconds to go in the second quarter, and the Cats take a lead in at halftime, 14-10. Look, while this game stayed close throughout, it felt like Scottsbluff dominated. That was due to the line play on both sides of the football. Here's another 80-yard touchdown drive in the third quarter. Another Galindo touchdown run, 20-13 Bearcats at that point after a Sam Hartman touchdown pass got the game tied for Northwest. It was the Cats, another long time-consuming drive as Ostick finds pay dirt for the second time in the game, and the Cats get the final points of the night, and they go on to win it 27-20. Both Ostick and Galindo over 100 yards rushing. Quarterback Brett Hill, outstanding, best game of the season. 12 passes he completed, added 74 yards rushing. Defense lights out most of the night. Scottsbluff now 1-2 in the NSAA official standings, and they'll be at Alliance this week. It'll be an Alliance team that'll be brimming with some confidence after they got their first win of the year this past Friday night. It was our feature game on KNEB.TV. They were traveling here on the road and kept Gehring winless on the season. Both teams came in shorthanded due to COVID-19, but it's Alliance rolling early and often. Over the top here from Case and Clark to Chase King for the big play touchdown and the early lead for the visiting Bulldogs. Alliance explodes in the second quarter. 3 more scores. Clark in the air again, this time finding Jaden Kelly for the touchdown. Then just over 3 minutes to play in the half, and it's the run game converting from short yardage distance as Logan Leistritz finds the end zone. And then why not one more for good measure for the visitors in the closing seconds of the second quarter. Keegan Grant doing the heavy lifting on this tough run for the touchdown. It's all Alliance at the break, up 28-0. Never a doubt from that point throughout the rest of the ball game, the entire second half. Gehring able to avoid the shutout with this late touchdown from Eli Thompson. The final, though, Alliance wins big 35-6. Gehring 0-5. They'll head to 1-3 Lexington Friday, as mentioned earlier. Alliance home for Scottsbluff this week, and we'll have TV coverage for that one. Tomorrow night here on the network, it's para-broadcast. Jeff Kelly has the Gehring softball game at home against Alliance. I'll hit the road to Sydney for Scottsbluff volleyball against the Lady Raiders. And in case you forgot or didn't pay much attention to the Major League Baseball season, well, the regular season ended yesterday, and no, the Rockies did not make the playoffs. A bunch of other teams did, though, that's for sure. 16 in total, with everything starting up tomorrow. American League games, and then the National League starts on Wednesday. First round series hosted by the higher seed. Then the remaining teams head to bubble sites in Arlington, Los Angeles, Houston, and San Diego. That'll do it for today. The latest from right here at the FNBO TV Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan's back with more right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can focus on what matters most. Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can earn more, save more, and do more.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
And finally tonight, Governor Pete Ricketts is lauding a new law that will help Nebraska National Guard members save some money when they attend a state university or college. The law passed earlier this year will increase the amount of undergraduate tuition assistance for Guard members from 75% to 100% of the cost. It will also expand the program to include 50% tuition assistance for graduate programs. Ricketts praised the work of the Guards during a ceremonial bill signing at the Capitol.
I love these opportunities to be able to talk about the National Guard because they do such a wonderful job protecting the citizens of our state. The National Guard is just such a resource for governors such as myself to be able to help protect our people, and they do such fantastic work.
Ricketts touted the Guard's response to last year's record floods in Nebraska and its help this year in testing residents for the coronavirus. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.